The Association of Summer Games International Federations, ASOF, ASOIF. Now, that's a Summer Games Federation. So my question now is, why are so many athletes having so many issues becoming Olympians and making the team and traveling to the Olympic Games? Whether their federation is or not registering the athletes that have qualified for their prospective events, or the case in which athletes who have qualifying marks are and may have an opportunity with a lane. For instance, the Swiss hurdler Danny Brand. You got to ask yourself, why aren't they having the opportunity to participate? I'm talking, and in my case, I'm talking about the Nigerian 100-meter runner, the young lady. What's her name? Ofili or Ofili? I'm not sure the correct pronunciation of her name, but it starts with an O and ends with an I. There's an F in there somewhere. And Danny Brand there in Switzerland. Now, my question is, why aren't these individuals that are part of the Association of Summer Games doing their job? Well, I'm assuming need to be doing their job and making sure that they're dotting I's and crossing T's and checking boxes of these individual athletes from these countries when they obtain these qualifying marks to go to the Olympic Games. You know, athletes have been training 4, 5, 6 years just to make these spots, and they got these qualifiers, and you got all this bureaucracy, literally this fucking up their chances of being able to travel. And it's not like the IOC doesn't have the cash to pay for this. We know they got abundance of bread. So why aren't they allowing the athletes to have an opportunity to fulfill their dreams? And this has been a situation that's been going on for years. And I'm wondering, why haven't the IOC come down on these association federations and making sure they're managing their objective of fair play and allowing these athletes to participate? It doesn't make any sense, because when you come to the games, you actually have chief dimissions and trainers and all these other individuals involved in different countries, traveling, making these trips, and going to the parties and going to and being entertained, and the athletes themselves, who are here specifically to run or participate in their particular sport and pretty much go home. They're not out here trying to go shopping. They're not out here to meet friends, you know. If anything, they're meeting family, you know, supportive teams, but they're not having the opportunity to participate, and it doesn't make any sense, you know. No one's looking at the fact that these athletes have been training all this time, all these years. And think about it. If there's any type of drug infraction or the initiation of a drug infraction, the athletes are out. Even if this is some sort of adverse analytical finding that has no basis upon the athlete, they're out. But an athlete who qualifies and done what he or she have basically been doing or training for all their lives to make these teams, you know, to get these uniforms, to wear the rings on across their chest, to participate in opening and closing ceremonies, to go in there and participate in the games themselves. That's all they ever want to do. Then you have these stipulations saying, oh, you can't come, or you're not allowed to run or participate because we said so. But the lanes are there for the athletes to participate. We got world relays. We got all these qualifications for athletes who don't even have qualification times. You guys are making windows and creating windows for athletes to participate in events. You know, you got like the last loser and to qualify for a final. And I'm trying to figure out, and maybe I'm just 30 years blind behind this shit. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You guys are dedicating so much time and effort in these relays, to me, inconsequential relays, mixed relays. Something that, you guys in the other federation came up with, which is cool. You're allowing other athletes to participate. But the bottom line is those athletes who qualify for individual events need to have an opportunity to come here, and just give them a lane, he or she. Give them a lane to run, participate, do their thing. Let them, give them an opportunity to represent their country so they can go home and be proud of themselves and with their family. But that's not the case. And we're seeing examples of situations where administrators who've been given the power to make these sort of decisions really just screwing up. And you got Jamaican athletes, you got Nigerian athletes, you have Swiss athletes. That's a fucking problem. Excuse my expletives, but that is a fucking problem. Especially when we got federations, worldwide federations, that have hired people in these positions over a period of years whose job is simply to X the boxes, cross the T's, and dot the I's. You know what the qualifying marks are for the IOC. You know the time period in which athletes have to run in order to qualify. It's literally 365 days, because you can qualify. I could qualify last year for a time for this year. And it doesn't make any sense. And at the end of the day, they're saying, oh, we can't do this. Yes, you can. You can do it. The point is, you just need to do it. You collected all this bread from the TOPs worldwide, and you don't care when the athlete has a particular situation in which they need to, they want to come here and do their thing. So that's kind of screwed up, and we need to make that right. We really do. And I'm gonna be talking about this a few more times. I'm gonna write something about it as well. Do my little research on this shit, and I'm gonna write something. And I'm gonna post it on my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my IG. We didn't have this opportunity to be vocal years ago. If we were vocal 20, 30 years ago, we were controversial, and then the Herald Tribune and these papers will be very, very biased of putting these information out there. But now, with social media, we can say whatever the hell we want. But I'm coming with the facts. So y'all look out. But y'all need to address that, because that is some cold shit that y'all doing. And I'm out.